Mission Impossible, episode 10.
But that's people want money. Everyone's got bills. There's a small number of people, and I don't know how small it is, who have enough money they don't have to worry about what they need to spend money on. They might have other worries. They will have other worries. You know, how do I invest it? How do I set my inheritance? Who gets allowances? How do I prevent my kids from being entitled and expecting, et cetera, blah, 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 right? I'm sure Jeff Bezos has money worries that are very different type than you or me, but he still has them. But even like entrepreneurs, if they have a business, thinking like, okay, I know a guy, he's CEO of like a $20 billion company or something, or two, whatever, it's a lot. He may not personally lack for money, but I know because he was a client in his team, he wants money for his sales and predictable, sales revenue, sales growth. All right, same thing, different day. So what do people want? Money, whether for themselves or for their businesses. Okay. And there's exceptions, but that's really it. It's a really common thing. I kind of get caught up, honestly, personally, and I don't really think about, I never was really that attached to money. And because I grew up not really needing it. I mean, you always need it. And I've needed to like pay rent and everything else when I was younger. And but not in the same way if someone who, like most of the world, of the 6.5 billion people out of 7 billion, 8 billion out there struggle. Growing up in the bubble, the United States, like a nice area of the United States. But it wasn't until I had a family and I'm like, I got people depending on me and bills to pay. Like I need to make money. So money is usually a means to some other end, at least for me. I don't know about other people. Some people may use it for like self-value and justification, but okay, going back to people on money. Okay, now here's the thing I've noticed. Bear with me. Right? The nature of money has changed a lot. So it used to be way back when we got gold coins, or maybe it's like trade goods. Okay, very physical. And again, it's sort of this, hey, if I work 5 hours, I'll get 5 units of money. And that still is true, still carry through. But over time, gold coins, like physical money, moved to, or was represented into, I say paper money, then digital money. And now we're going to like cryptocurrency, which isn't even digital money. It's like a representation of an idea of money. I mean, money is always psychologically based anyway, at least since we stopped bartering. But it's being more and more disconnected from kind of like the real in real life. And so the idea of cause and effect, which used to be work 5 hours or 5 days, I get 5x of my income, used to be kind of the main way people thought about money, and it worked. But I think that's changing, and it has for me. From my experience, for at least like 10 years, isn't I put in 5 units of work and I get 5 units of money back. That actually has not worked for me at all. I can think of practically ever. And I can't say like left brain money, which is the way it used to work. I feel like it's really, things are moving towards my like right brain money. Again, cryptocurrency, what is cryptocurrency, right? It's just like kind of an idea and a shared agreement of something. And money was already that way, but now it's just kind of like being made up on the spot out of nothing. You can say money was always like, yeah, okay, but it's even more kind of disconnected from. So I do think that there's this, I wouldn't even say money magic because it makes it kind of sound cheesy, but it's being willing to start to accept that money can appear, or money, whether they're actually challenges or money, at least can appear, and doesn't really seem to be based on things I do. It's more like, rather than working the field, it's more like planting seeds and things grow. And sometimes I know when they might grow, but usually I don't. It's different kind of cause and effect that I can't quite put my finger on, actually. It's more like stepping into things with conviction, like feeling like, hey, there's something kind of alignment in like a life purpose or direction for the family, like moving to the UK. If I'd set up on a spreadsheet, and it was expensive, man, to move to the UK. The shipping container alone was probably like $15,000 to $20,000. Not even but if I'd set up on a spreadsheet, like here's all the expenses, plane tickets alone were like probably $15,000. Because one, it's like, there's no way to pay for this. But because it was just that was like the right thing to do, and just stepped into it as a family, and kind of like things all aligned to support us through that, including money. I'll give you one example where, like the shipping container, first they were saying $20,000, then they kind of made some mistakes, and long story short, it got cut down to like $13,000. And then again, because they made mistakes, the bill wasn't due for 2 more months, like a 2-month delay. And by that time, some other money showed up and it was fine. So it's like, rather than trying to predict the future, which is impossible anyway, although I feel like I can predict kind of trends, you can see where things are going, but not specifics. And any kind of trying to spreadsheet the future is an exercise in maybes anyway. Having this opening up to like what's possible, and like, hey, this feels right, this is the right thing to do, I'm going to do it, and stuff, whether it's like money or other people or support or resources, stuff will show up. That's what startups do, right? They're like, I see this thing, I'm gonna make it happen, I don't know how it's going to work, I'm just going to kind of get started, do something, meet people, and stuff will come along the way. Not so easily, it's not about that. But I don't really have a finger on what this is, except that this idea of predictable revenue, very left-brained approach, is not, will continue to work for some companies in the future, but there's another system, more right-brained. I'm just using left or right as kind of like a yin-yang thing, but it's not predictable like a spreadsheet, but there'll be a way to grow, whether it's individual or team, like sales or individual money, and it'll work, but more trust-based and conviction-based, and kind of, I think that's like inbound marketing. It's like, right, you put stuff out there and stuff comes to you, but it's not, you can try to measure it, but this is where like I'm still exploring what this even is. And I've been at it for 10 years. I can feel it. I don't know how to explain it yet, but I think it's letting go of this fear of not enough money. And like, where's it going to come from? There's so much fear around money, and so many other things. It's trying to practice more trust and conviction that if you're doing the right thing, and not right in terms of the moral thing, but something that feels right for you or for the team, and you lean into it, you step into it, and maybe you don't have conviction, but you have trust, or maybe you're willing even to go forward into it, that things will work out. You'll make forward progress in some way, and other things will kind of come forth to help support you in that, which may or may not feel good. Your audio is out.
I think it's like how we've evolved post-pandemic. We're compassing our lives to do a little bit more of what we enjoy. You moving to Scotland, there's just a little bit more of when we're noticing we enjoy something now, knowing that we know how annoying it is to be locked down, we kind of execute a little more, maybe moving places. And I had a friend say,
I'm switching a little bit more to audio video versus just pure writing.
It's going,
example, right?
You're enjoying the a writer now. It's having people around you. It's having people around you. And a little bit I heard of what you were saying is just, I know law of attraction is so fluffy, but a friend said it in a funny way the other day. He goes, why do you watch the news? I don't even watch the news. I haven't watched it in 3 years. I live in the matrix, and whatever you watch and think about, even for a minute, is your life. I'm not even in the news life. And he's from LA and young professional. And I just thought that was so interesting. I forgot that there are people my age that don't watch some news channel to kind of see what's going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, going back to money too, there's so much fear around not having money, needing money, and like the status of money. And I think it's like, how can a lot of us how to let go of the fear, all the fears around money. So much fear, so much anxiety.
Basic needs met, then you can start, that's like what we have to remember. People coming up, and I'm not far away from that as a young entrepreneur myself. It's like, it's almost a good exercise to do that at any point of your life, to just imagine there is no savings and what are your instincts telling you to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you an example. Like when I had, savings. When I got married, though, over the first, I don't know if it's like a year or 4 years, I ended up investing. And it's probably a few hundred, small hundreds of couple hundred thousand. I don't remember the exact amount. Because I started at salesforce, but not early enough. Like barely
Number
any kind
50.
of equity. Yeah, maybe 100. Yeah, no, I don't know what it was, but I got enough money out of that to kind of pay off some prior divorce debts from my first marriage and stuff.
Didn't know that about you.
But I ended up, because it's more of a saver, I ended up going into and developing a lot of debt because the money was important to invest in the family, whether it's, I don't know, it's like, well, should I save the money for this, or should I invest the money for that? It's more important to invest in the family, whether that was living arrangements, vacation, a certain, I don't know. I don't have a good example this moment. Maybe it's like nutritious food or a nanny, right? Anyone who has kids. Okay, look, you have kids, baby. You can, one parent or both can kind of stick it out without help. Oh my God, it's like mind numbing. And to invest, like an example, rather than saving the money for the future, like investing the money in some help so you have some energy to do whatever you need to do. It's a different choice. Like that was, and we still invest in nannies, just for basic survivability, and so we're not on the track of adding to savings. We still have different kinds of debt, and that's okay. It doesn't feel good, but it feels worse to have stunted the family growth or like not done a certain adoption. Like there's some adoptions that were not very expensive because foster this, that, the other, but some adoptions, like $40,000, right? International adoption. Private, couples who've done both,
This is something where I have specialized knowledge since I see you at the gym with Maddox and your different children, bro. And for everyone
Maddox
out
is
there,
Angelina Jolie's. You mean Maverick? Brad Pitt's.
The energy and smile.
I know.
That kids
I know. Easily
is
confused with Brad Pitt, but
yeah, I see these smiles and profile shots of you with your kids, and going back to the team thing, and even going back to you moving to Scotland. Imagine if you were a single guy without this team, without these people and these little people that, we talk about imposter syndrome, and sometimes you feel like, what am I even doing with 9 kids? You know what you're doing? Oh, yeah. You're being their superhero. And now I've seen it in different settings.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's moments where I kind of not regress, but like revert, like time travel back to a prior emotional state. Maybe when I was single, before I was married, I'll have these moments where it's so weird that I'm a parent, I'm a father, and I'm married. They'll have those, they're not that often, but I'll have those moments kind of, it's just strange. Life is weird. But yeah, it's awesome. I don't know. I'm sure there are other families out there that have a lot of kids. This is how I know it is the simulation, because there's no other. I grew up in a basic 2.5 kids, white picket fence family. Again, upper middle class.
That generation.
We had, nights we ate steak and spaghetti and some salad, and cheese and crackers, and I went to public school, and there's nothing unique or special about me. But having 10 kids, it's like I won the lottery that way. Like, it's got to be a simulation. There's no other reason I would have a life like this in this family.
Are you saying there's got to be some sort of matrix simulation?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Wow,
99%.
this might be the peyote you've tried a couple of times, because everyone that doesn't know that, you need to tell the world about that, because that also makes you this interesting experiential author that people enjoy learning more about. Even, I bet you your audience from Predictable Revenue never knew that you were married before Salesforce. And
man, what's going on with Tweedy there? You got a
Tweedy,
quacking.
episode 10. He wants to make sure he makes his appearance. What are you talking
He's like,
about?
that's enough, guys. That's enough, guys.
He's like, you guys are pretending you're the reason our podcast is popular, but really, it's the $100 million dog.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll have to mention the divorce, and I think I'm in a. I don't know. I'm sure I don't mind. I'm 50, so there's lots of stuff. But yeah, it's a starter marriage. Yeah, starter marriage.
Amazing.
I mean, how can you have, it's like, it's when if you have business, because have, relationships that don't work, or business doesn't work. That's how you learn, right? Things that don't work. In fact, I've heard someone say, science is saying that that's the only way you learn is through mistakes.
And same thing with content. You have to keep throwing it up there. And that's why we're going to do our quick testimonial shout out to North Face jackets, keeping our Arron Ross warm in Scotland. On a crisp, cold day, what do you really need? You need a North Face. Hey, that's me and Arron getting better at testimonials right there. We are working that in. It will become seamless.
Next time, be like, wow, next time I'm cold, I have to do the subtle.
Yeah, man, is that a cold draft?
I'm glad I'm wearing this jacket. It's like in the movie when, because the movies never have brands, you suddenly see like that Coke, it's like a Pepsi. Like, okay, come on, movie.
She grabbed your headphones in the first episode. She just made an appearance in the premiere and the finale.
Yeah, the saunter. This is Richard.
Leah. Richard. Is he the psychotic barker?
No, that's a different one. She's like a 3-pound chihuahua.